Female boss hitting on me. Girlfriend wants to break up 7 years relationship. For a bit of context, I 28M, have been on a 7-year relationship with my girlfriend, 27F, and we have been living together for almost a year now. I have moved away from my town, family, friends to live with her in the city she is from. I have met her friends, getting along with them, and things have been good. However, for the past 5 months, I have been approached by a senior manager, who is 2 levels above me in my company. First she, 31F, invited for some 5 minutes coffee machine breaks, then she started a project and chose me for that project, and then for a drink and for dinner. I thought that I was being valued for my performance and developing a good relation with my boss. However, she told me she had feelings for me, and I explained to her that I didn't feel the same. I had a girlfriend and was building a life with her. After this conversation, she stopped the moves for a while. Some weeks later, she called me to advise there was an open position for team leader in another department and that I should apply to it. She also told me she could give some tips, and we agreed to meet after work, and I cleared up that it wouldn't be any date or something, just as work friends. Long story short, I always told my girlfriend what was happening. However, seeing as she reacted, I hid some things from her, and this is where I fucked up. I didn't tell my girlfriend of all the times I was with her, and lied to her about not being with her. Also, there were some company events where she was and I didn't tell my girlfriend to avoid a fight. However, I never considered cheating, and wasn't attracted or anything. My girlfriend saw some messages in my company laptop and found out about it. She moved out and thinks I cheated on her. I have no idea what to do. Any help? Too long did not read. Girlfriend thinks I cheated on her with my boss and moved out. Edit. Thank you for the supporting comments and for the people who took time to give a thoughtful answer. I don't get the many dislikes and people saying I'm not owning up to my mistakes. I'm clearly aware that I made some mistakes and I want to make it right. Also, it's amazing to see the amount of people who would throw away a 7-year relationship in a heartbeat. Also, she came back and we are slowly starting talk things over. We will be away from each other this weekend to give space and will go slowly from here. The problem wasn't entirely because she thinks that, but it's because you've been lying to her about meeting with someone behind her back. And that person you both know has feelings for you. You broke her trust and may have great difficulties getting it back. If you weren't cheating on her, then why did you hide it? Isn't it obvious that as soon as she find out she would think that you were lying about a bunch of other stuff as well? She told you she has feelings and you still met with her? I don't blame your GF. In her shoes I'd do the same, cheating or not. My F24 friend, M44, broke down over me house-sitting another guy's house. Hi. So, this week I'm house and dog-sitting for an acquaintance, let's call him Tom. I said yes to watch the dog for a few weeks in exchange for living in the house. I live in a small apartment in someone's house, which recently also had an ant invasion, so I thought it'd be nice to go away for a bit and also think it's amazing to have a whole damn house and garden to myself. It's only 5 milines from my apartment. Other than this service I have little to no relation, so the guy I'm house-sitting for. He just said over SMS that the keys are there, and that was it. I have this friend, let's call him Bob, M44, which I share a hobby with, so we've been spending some time together. Some months ago I realized Bob has a crush on me, he's even admitted to being in love with me, but I'm not ready for a relationship. Hell, I'm starting therapy in a month to sort out the PTSD my last relationship gave me. Anyways, I've been open about this, and also that I think 20 years is too much of an age gap. He says he respects this, and that he is happy to just be friends. But it doesn't seem like he means it. Last night when I told him I'm staying at Tom's house he broke down, and I had to comfort him for a couple of hours. He said the only way I could make it okay was to go back home. That it showed that I didn't respect his feelings. He said that the whole town would know. Lol, I don't see why Tom would tell the whole town. I doubt it. That he is a fuckboy and that it's sending out really weird signals. I think one should respect each other's feelings as friends, but at the same time I don't think he's in a position to demand this from me. One of the reasons I don't want to be in a relationship is that I don't want people to tell me what to do. Bob is usually a really nice and warm guy, but I feel like he doesn't really mean that he's okay with just being friends when he acts like this. He says that if we can't even be friends that he'll have to move. I'm starting to feel that my friendship with Bob is too much drama. Does anyone have any advice on how I should move forward? How can I better proceed in the future for setting stronger boundaries as friends? And #X200B Too long did not read. I'm house sitting for an acquaintance Tom, but my friend Bob think it's a total disservice to him because of the signals I send out to Tom and the town by staying at said house, but I don't think anyone else than him care. Cut off ties with Bob. He's 20 years older than you and acting like a jealous, possessive child. He will not let it go. He's lied to you before and will continue to, as he does all in his power to manipulate you into a relationship or something like it. I know men like this. I was a man like this, but I grew out of it. Him being in his 40s and still acting like this is such a bad sign and potentially a dangerous one. At best, he will wreck your head with his constant moaning and begging for your sympathy. All while angling for something physical. You do not want to know the worst-case scenario. My 31 wife was caught cheating online with her friend's boyfriend. What's the play here? Hello gang, I never thought I'd get an opportunity to ever post something like this on Reddit, but my wife and I have known each other for well close to maybe 15 years now? Give or take, we've had a great relationship, or so I thought anyway, and I've been working hard to provide us a life together. Sometime last month I guess she decided to start to cheat emotionally and send very intimate photos of herself to him. I knew something was off nearly right away, but she made me feel like a jealous husband and bashed me to her friends, and they likewise confronted me and told me to basically stop being jealous. She would never cheat. Today as my wife laid down to take a nap something clicked in my head. How she disappeared at the exact same time of day every day to nap, but today she was napping actually. Earlier. It was a moment of weakness for me and I decided to unlock her phone and I found hidden text messages of them sharing how much they mean to each other in private. Photos were mostly of her, but anyway they were clothed, but you know, basically panties, a shirt so tight you could see everything. Even talk of how they wish they were next to each other for comfort, etc. As this is happening, she also tells me about her friend and how her friend is struggling in life. So cheat with her boyfriend, I guess, was the reaction. She deleted the messages sadly. Maybe a tablet. Maybe her PC. Somehow she's pretty good with tech, much more than my dumb ass is. I couldn't see everything just enough to know, wow, this isn't right. Personally, I just want to throw her out of the house so fast her ass skips on the concrete. Willing to help her get set up somewhere and even live out her fantasy. Bonus points people. If your partner ever chain accuses you of cheating, I am here to tell you yes, it is a sign they are a cheater. She often accused me of cheating and had me so gaslit I fell for it like the sucker I am. Anyhow, what's the plan here, Reddit? I said I'd think on it for 2 days, trying to distract myself, and let me just reveal my dumb weakness right now. I am desperate for some sympathy. Actually just someone to say I am not crazy. So maybe sympathy was a poor word, as everyone else just seems concerned she has a place to live and a chance to work on fixing it. She's right here next to me watching me type this, so ask away. Advice away. Insult me away for being blind and not trusting my instinct. Update. I finally saw the whole thing and it was a struggle to get her to start coming clean with the truth. She fought it till the very end, lying to my face saying she didn't want me to see for my own protection. The affair went back months instead of days as she swore, and it started during a time where our own marriage was actually doing great. At least in my opinion, but what do I know, I'm just the sucker who had a gut feeling and got gaslit into believing I was wrong about my instincts. Anyway, it was many levels worse than what she claimed, and finally she started to confess and explain. For the juicy bits, they sent pictures to each other and complimented each other. Had cyber sex and talked about actual sex in person. Told each other they belonged to each other and only each other. She bought clothes to wear for him and sent him the picture saying it was only for him, and offered to use toys on herself for his pleasure. It was kinda cheesy and really boring. Not top-notch erotica or anything, but still pretty pathetic on her part to get turned on, in her own words, by it. Shit. Confidence-wise I'm much better than that. God damn, what an insult is. That's all it took for her to drop her standards and morales. She's dragged people socially for being cheaters in the past, and now I can't even look at her without just thinking she's pathetic and a liar. I still stand by my comment that it feels like there is a stranger in my home who murdered my wife. And for some reason she's confused why I don't want her sorry ass trying to touch me. Go fuck off and be with him then. Lord knows I'll survive this, as I always have. I'm a tough bastard, but I wish I didn't have to be in this instance. It would feel amazing to feel some love right now, but I am not stupid enough to get it from this disgusting cheater who's going to read everything I write. Tomorrow I am calling a divorce lawyer and asking for advice. If a lawyer tells me I should do counseling, I'll listen to an impartial professional. If not, then she can fuck off out of my life so I can move on and I can rebuild. Update. Thank you everyone, even the people who show sympathy and ask I think things through calmly. I truly am grateful that everyone could take time out of their days to listen to the problems of a person at a dark point in their lives when you have so many better things you could be doing. Hopefully my experience can help others struggling in this situation to find closure, both the cheater and cheat. Why? Cheated on? Whatever fits, as they're both flawed human beings in this world, but I will ask as the person whose whole life just got given the old kick to the head, be honest if you care about someone. Don't settle. It's okay to want to rebuild your life, and it's okay to fall out of love. Don't drag someone along and have standard. And yes, she is actively reading right now and telling me not to listen to angry people. I'm the angriest person here right now, I think, and if anyone can top it, then damn, I am truly sorry you have to worse right now. I hope things turn around. Let's all enjoy our life under the same beautiful night sky above. Grateful that our ancestors died at the ripe old age of 14, that led to the point of their descendant being able to complain about his spouse being unfaithful with so many people from around the world. I will not take this for granted, and I will hopefully find the answer that is right for my life soon. Thank you again. Fuck that bitch, homie. I'm here for you, dog. This shit is getting more and more common. IDEC, what happened to common decency? If I were you, I would play the long game, get a woman lawyer, plan and plan and plan and plan, and then slap her with the papers so fast her head spins while your moves are already made. I would start a diary and document every day in your emotional turmoil to help your case. You are not at fault. Prayin' for my dogs in the trenches, this is crap. Get a divorce and stop being a doormat. Get your assets and accounts in order, any joint accounts put them on hold, get with a lawyer, find out state laws for divorce, hopefully you've talked to your wife, if not hold, get evidence unless lawyers say it, no fault state. But get space, tell her to pack bags, get out due to her lies, gaslit your ass and cheating and tell her you're done, but protect yourself, cheaters, a great covering up and total truth comes out slowly, best of luck. I may need to have a sit down with best friend, F21, and boyfriend, M23. Over the weekend, my boyfriend, 23, of 5 years, and best friend, F21, and I, F21, rented an little cottage to hang out together. Long story short, my best friend is a beautiful girl and she is very comfortable in her skin. The entire time she was wearing very revealing clothes. She was wearing booty shorts that literally were like the size of boys' shirt underwear, wearing little crop top shirts with no bras. I, as her best friend of 10 years, know that she had always been like this and she wears things like this even if it's around just girls. But I could tell that my boyfriend was getting a little uncomfortable. I didn't see his eyes wondering or anything as such, but I feel as if I do know him and can read his body language. I don't know if next time I should say something to her or even have him stand up and say something to her. I don't know how to approach this situation. It's been on my mind for a while too. My boyfriend and I haven't had a conversation about it either. Don't know what their history is, but my general rule of thumb is that if I'm the common point of interest, then it's on me to help facilitate a good dynamic between the people that may not know each other as well. In my opinion, there's nothing to discuss. Your friend has always been this way and you've accepted it for all of these years. Your boyfriend didn't have wandering eyes and maintained the respect you want in your relationship. This situation triggered an insecurity of yours, and that's where the conversation needs to happen. Ask yourself why you are bothered by it and if it's something to be upset about. Work through those feelings. Who invited her? Technically, nobody did anything wrong, so I'd be very careful about how you intervene. Just avoid going on trips with her. Do a girls' weekend or a BF/GF trip. No reason to combine them.